I don't know anything about him. Oh, I do know one thing. This particular poet is the best poet out of everyone at playing the game of Rochambeau. We played downstairs as a warm-up coming in, and I'll tell you, if it's, you know what I'm saying, if he doesn't choose a life in literary arts, you have a really promising career ahead of you in the hand game arts. Yes. Okay. I'm glad. Just like, you know, like grandma-appropriate jokes, you know, they're hard, but I get there. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for the lovely and talented Matthew Cummings.
First day, first grade, my mother kissed me good luck. New school, bell rang, and everybody stood up. Feet parallel, precision of an adult. I look around, an outsider, no memory to consult. 6 years old when I was told to join the cult. Too young to understand what would be the result. Just set foot in a land with centuries of tumult. Centuries of powerful entities, stealing identities, knocking them out like Mike Tyson practicing dentistry. I don't know any of this, all these incidents I missed. Untroubled little kids, they say ignorance is bliss. I put my hand over my heart, but forget to grab a grip. Blindly hand it over to those who crack the whip. I start to believe, even for no reason, as I begin to speak and I say I pledge allegiance to a nation of greed. A nation that tells you to take heed of advice, but think for yourself, but not too much, because it's all about wealth and losing your V card. Let's talk about another type of slumber. Do you remember slipping into salty sleep? Your faulty feet could hold your legs up in the air. Legs that didn't care where you were going, and a brain to match. That's now slain and slapped, trapped inside a soul with a train to catch, off the rails looking for some fame to snatch. Hold a subway pole for balance at high speeds. My soul's been sold, it's talents that I need. So gallantly I read the classified ads, threw away the past I had to meet qualifications, sweet modifications, feats of optimization, traded in joyous love for the champs I slam, because the boy I was is not the man I am. But I pledged allegiance, so I grew up. I'm not saying I'm Peter Pan. I'm just saying I would have ran and never stopped running like the cops were coming. But then again, you can't run backwards. You can only go ahead. So when I think about after what has already been said, it would be like trying to capture what has already fled. I guess living in the past is just living to be dead.
Gotta be careful, man. Microphone is hot. Hashtag bars. You guys know what that means? Bars? That's what the kids are saying. It's what's hot in these streets. I'm gonna give this to you right now. Bars. Bars. Like if, you know, if like your kid rhymes well or writes poetry well or like has, you know, like good sneakers, like sneaker bars. Bars. Take that. It's free. No problem. Yes, we got a 9.4, a 9.9, and a 9.9. Give it up for Matthew Cummings. This first poet up to the stage has bars. Remember that? Remember I told you that before? Hashtag bars? All right. You ready? Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for Matthew Cummings. I'm going to let you adjust it to where you want it.
There's a place at the Golden Gate where people go to seek their fate. When they're hurtling toward the sea, do they still say, "This is for me"? They say this gate is golden, beholden to God. It glints and gleams with the flaws of these kids and their winsome dreams. And it claws at their ids, offers instant means to be gone and be rid of this mystery, to move on with a grip on their destiny. 'Cause my body belongs with the rest of me, I might as well go out impressively. That last day was a blast day, didn't know it, but she was saying goodbye. With a sigh and a smile, she was early to rise, dropping hints all the while, it was still a surprise. And the evidence will eat at them after they realize that she told some real lies, like I'm fine and I don't want to talk about it, begging for help but couldn't bring herself to shout it, pummeled through the rainbow tunnel and not rerouted. She didn't make it across, gone too quick to make it to that fast track. That last lap, a solitary ride, running from the rat pack. Life not away, now she's looking for where the trap's at. Now the noose is shining, like the timing's right. The bay waits for another life to swipe. And it gets to be that time of night when someone hits the deck and taps out of the fight. They find your gloves ringside, spill out their insides now that you out of their life. All over the triple W, we loved you, you were loved, everybody loved you. No longer were they the ones who it was up to. Man-made arrival at the gates, man-made denial of our fates, pull the car into park to escape. And the hardest part to relate is she wasn't the target of hate, was the target of love, but her targets above didn't find out till it's too late. Pour our minds out, fill up a lake. Didn't matter. The fires inside of her only grow hotter as she stares at the depths of the water. Don't even compare to the depths of her despair what I'd give to be privy to her affairs. As it is, all I know is what she shares. She's posing many questions, but taking all the answers. Nobody addressing this unfinished stanza. Applause held to the last nimble steps of a dancer, emancipated from life, death by pressure, precious prey of the primordial prince, first acquainted in 4th grade, he haunted her ever since. Now he's at her throat as she leans over the edge. She could helplessly choke or she could make her own bed. Hope to float as from the prince she fled, sped steadily, ready to be dead. A refugee from the war going on in her head. Thank you.
Matthew Cummings. So, you know, like I'm both a poet and a rapper, or at least I was before tonight, but I don't know anymore. Maybe I'm good at like cross stitch. We got a 9.7, a 9.8, and a 9.9. Some synchronicity with the judges one more time for Matthew Cummings. If you are a mathematician like myself and can count to 3, you've probably realized that the last poet who will be taking home the iPad Mini is the fabulous, you wanted everything today. You wanted the Rochambeau contest and at the Poetry Slam. Please put your hands together for Matthew. Yes. Like we discussed downstairs, Matthew's gonna gift his iPad to a poor poet in need. Hashtag NBD. Hashtag feed a librarian. I think we're all done here for the evening. Please have a great, safe time out. Thank you so much for supporting the Mill Valley Public Library. Have a great night.
Thank you.